want to say Kalalal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone. Much love and respect to the Akim out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and blessings to the elect. Alright, this is going to be a short video on the wild olive tree in Romans chapter 11. It's not going to be a full breakdown of the chapter. Right, we're just going to go into the identity of the wild olive tree and show that it's actually still Israelites and not the other nations. Alright, so let's just get to the point. It's Romans 11:17. And if some of the branches were broken off, and though being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Alright, basically, Paul was addressing the Israelites that are in Rome, right? The Israelite foreigners that are in Rome, the Gentiles that were in Rome, right? Explaining to them that they have been grafted into the fold, right? And the reason they could be grafted into the fold is because of the sacrifice of Yahushai, the reconciliation of Yahushai to bring us back to the Father, right? So we're going to see who that wild olive tree is, right? So let's just go to the point. First scripture. This is Jeremiah 2 and verse 21. Right, yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right, so Israel was planted a noble vine. Right, we were given the laws, statutes, and judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right, by the hand of Moses. Right, and we were ordered perfectly. Right, but yet we became a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me. Right. So for some edification, we're going to look up a couple of the words in this. First, the word strange, and we see here is the Hebrew word nakaya, meaning foreign, alien. And we know, brothers should know that nakaya refers to actual Gentiles, actual strangers. So the Most High referred to it as actual strangers, as actual heathen, right? And that's because we took up heathen customs and we forsook him and served other gods, right? This is the word for degenerate, sawar. Alright, let's look up the root. Shawar, sawar. It means turn aside, to depart, turn aside, to turn in unto, to depart from the way, to avoid, to be removed, to come to an end, to turn aside, to cause to turn aside, to cause to depart, to remove, to take away, to put away, to depose, to put aside, to leave undone, to retract, to reject, to abolish, to be taken away, or to be removed, right? So this is exactly what happened to the nation of Israel. We were put aside, we were rejected or taken away, right? Because we departed from the Lord, our power, right? And we started to serve other gods. So the Most High cast us off, right? And told us that we are no longer a nation, we are no longer a people, as he said in Hosea, right? So he planted us a right vine, wholly a right seed, and we became the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto him. Right? Let's go for more edification. This is Isaiah 5, verse 3. And know, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, I pray you, judge, I pray you, between me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. Right? So let's look at that Hebrew word for wild grapes. Right? Ba'ashyam. It says stinking or worthless things. Right? So the Most High referred to Israel as a stinking or worthless thing. Right? Simply because, right, we cast off our first love, we cast off Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, our power, and we took on worthless gods. So we ourselves became worthless, We took on Greek customs, Roman customs, Babylonian customs, and today specifically, we're taking on the American democracy, right? The filth that America pouring out, that the Western world is pouring out, So we became stinking or worthless things, right? Those are the wild grapes. And now go to, I tell you what I would do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up and broken down, the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned nor dig, but there shall come up briars and thorns, and I will command the clouds that they rain not upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, behold a cry. Right? So that should it should be clear now who the wild olive tree is talking about in Romans 11, right? The 11th chapter. He's talking about the nation of Israel that have been cast off and that have become wild, right? That have become degenerate and cast away, and not a people and strangers, yo. Right? We are that wild olive tree that the Most High is grafting back in through the reconciliation, through the blood of His Son Yahushua. Right? So let's just wrap it up back at the original spot. Romans chapter 11, verse 17. And if some of the branches were broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and the fatness of the olive tree. Right? So again, just to clear that up, the Gentiles that Paul were addressing were Israelite foreigners that became foreign, that became Nakaria, that became degenerate, cast away, right, and stinking, worthless things, because we forsook the covenants and the promises of our forefathers, right, and served strange and worthless gods, right? So with that, I hope you brother learned something. I hope it was edifying to the elect, right? Until next time, we say shalom.